CP Rundown. I'm going to take a little behind the scenes look at the Luminosity show. I'm here with Dan. Dan's been with the park for how many years?
About 15 years.
15 years, okay. And tell us a little bit about what you do at the park.
I'm the production manager for live entertainment, so I oversee all the technical aspects of all the live shows, indoor venues as well as outdoor shows, and Luminosity, which is our nighttime celebration that we do have. Our end of the night last show for the guests as they leave the park, and they get one last show that they can enjoy and hopefully have the best day that they intended for the day that they came to the park.
Awesome. And like guest-wise, are they really jumping in and really wanting to dance around on the midway? And
oh yes, yeah, a lot of families join in at the end of the day. They stick around and they have a great time. They enjoy all the popular music and all the special effects that they enjoy seeing with the lights and the pyrotechnics and the firewater and the video, as well as the nighttime DJ at the end of the actual show, so you get a chance to dance even more. So
awesome.
Have a great time.
Awesome. How long do you practice for the shows? Like, do you guys start it like in January, February, or do you guys start like in the beginning of the year?
Actually, we have a major hiring and recruiting season, auditioning for performers, singers, dancers, and technicians as well to help run the shows. Basically at the end of November. So as soon as Halloween Weekends is over, we start looking for the next season's talent. We start rehearsals beginning of May, so it lasts about 3 weeks time period for rehearsals with the dance as well as on the stage. Once the stage is all complete with all the special effects and elements, we have about a week or two of adding all those elements together so that everyone knows where they're supposed to be and where the technical elements fit into the show.
Okay. Do you guys have like some kind of like crew that comes in, or is it just Cedar Point that comes in and sets up all the scaffolding and all of the lighting and everything, or is it just?
Right, we do have some outside contractors that assist us with the more specialized setup with the chain motors and the scaffolding and the truss system. The scaffolding does stay up all year, but the motorized chain motors, those get serviced and checked out for safety factors every year as well, to make sure that everything is ready to go up in the middle of March is when we start the set building.
Awesome.
So we plan way ahead of time before the rest of the cast shows up to Cedar Point.
Awesome. Last question. I'm sure everybody's dying to know. What's your favorite part of the show?
Favorite part of the show, I'd say probably towards the finale. The finale of the show when we add the final elements with the special effects with the pyro and the fire water, just the layering of everything.
Okay.
To make sure that it has
That's
the last bang.
my favorite part as well, definitely.
So
awesome. Well, thank you very much.
Well, thank you.
Anderson here with Whitney from Luminosity show. She's going to tell us a little bit more about what goes on. How long have you been with the show?
Well, this is my second season. I was here last year, but we started rehearsals back in May, so we only have 2 weeks left. So.
Oh man, gotta come get the show, right? Come see the show. Awesome. What is the hardest part about Luminosity?
I have to say the hardest part is probably the hot shows. There was one week where we had like 100-degree plus weather, and it just gets so hot. You have to know where you need to pace yourself and know when to push yourself, and it's just about making sure you're able to get through that show with like replenishing yourself with fluids, and yeah, that's definitely the hardest part.
It definitely is just like just go. Like,
oh yeah.
It's insane of 30 minutes straight just
and you can't let the people in the audience know that you're like, oh my god, I'm so thirsty. You have to just be
definitely.
Yeah.
What is some of the hardest parts of like choreography?
The hardest parts of choreography? it's all different. I would have to say for me, the hardest part of the choreography, which it's not really choreography, is actually running through the crowd to get to and from the pods.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of, you think in your mind, you think, oh, it's like a little break, I get to run to the pod, but you're actually running. You're not like just on stage moving.
Yeah.
But other than that, I feel like the Latin section is probably more difficult because it's a little bit more like technical, and you have to think about technique and performing at the same time. It's not like hip hop where you can just like punch the moves. Yeah.
Awesome. Practice to learn the show and just to practice?
Well, back in May when we first got here, we would come in around like it was 9 till about 6 or 7, and it was like straight rehearsals. We had maybe an hour break and then maybe 5 minutes here and there, and that was just straight like learning the choreography. And we did that for probably about a week, and then after that, we started switching to the night rehearsals where we wouldn't come into work until maybe like 7 or 8, and we would rehearse until midnight or later, which was rough on us because it was totally like changing your body's schedule and knowing like, oh, you can't like do anything really during the day or you're gonna be so exhausted at like 2 a.m. when they're like, all right, another run through, and you're like, oh wow. But and then from there, usually it's just like every day we come in and we have like the same schedule. We come in and we do our flash mobs and Snoopy, and then if need be, like we have to have like maintenances where we come in and we just clean little notes just so that we keep the show like at the top of the line.
Okay, awesome. What is the what's the hardest part of like the uniform changes? Like how many uniform changes or the costume changes you have to go through, and is it like super hard or is it really easy or?
I would have to say my costume changes aren't too bad. Like I have like one song, but it's just enough time for me to get my costume changed, take a huge gulp of water, and pat myself so I still look pretty. But I think the hardest one would have to be going into Latin, because you have like the skirt, like I have like one of the skirts, and you have to make sure that it is buttoned just right so that it doesn't like fall off on stage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, I definitely.
Malfunction.
yeah, I definitely probably look like a galoot, probably just trying to doing that, and I probably have one shirt on and another pair of pants on or something like that. So
you get used to it, and you like always like from the beginning you practice like doing it faster than you have to, just so that you know like you can do it in that amount of time.
What's your favorite part of the show?
Favorite part? I think it would have to be Locked Out of Heaven, because I really enjoy partnering with Zach, and I don't know, I just really like the song.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just fun, because I think anytime where you can have interaction with another person on stage is really rewarding too, because you get to like share how much fun you're having, not only with you and that other person, but also the people that are on in the audience.
Yeah, for sure. No, definitely. And you guys get like all hyped up with the crowd and everything when they get all hyped up, or?
Oh yeah, especially it's awesome when you have what is the last song? Light 'em Up.
Well,
yeah, that song. Oh, and you're just like waving, and everyone in the crowd is waving with you, and you're like, oh my God, they're yelling for me. I feel so cool. And like just like that last pose, and you're like just holding it, and the cheering is just amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Last question is a most dying question that they all wanted to know. What is your favorite ride here at Cedar Point?
My favorite ride would have to be Millennium Force by far. Last year on my birthday, I actually rode it 5 times in a row.
Wow.
I know. And then I was like, okay, I can't do it anymore.
So there might be a coaster enthusiast underneath.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All
I
right.
love roller coasters.
so it's Tuesdays on your day off. That's when you.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Awesome. All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We don't wanna like